According to Stat News, there are over 6 million cases of the coronavirus worldwide. In the United States, there are over 1.85 million cases. In our own state of Florida, there are over 56,000 cases of COVID-19. And in Broward County, there are 7,000 cases and there have been over 300 deaths. These numbers are constantly changing from a weekly to a daily basis. The CDC has proposed various guidelines in order to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Although these guidelines and restrictions may seem like a social injustice, we should know what these guidelines are and why we should follow them. Both my dad and sister are part of the healthcare field. Both my grandparents are over the age of 80, and I am unable to see them because I am scared of getting them sick. The pandemic will not slow down if we do not follow CDC guidelines. The CDC has proposed various guidelines in order to stop the spread of COVID-19 and fatalities. The first CDC guideline proposed was the use of wearing face masks. When COVID-19 cases began to increase in China and other areas in Asia, the public began wearing face masks. The CDC began to investigate the effectiveness of wearing a face mask, and in the end, they decided that yes, all public would have to wear face masks when outside. Face masks help prevent the spread of COVID-19 and others from being contaminated through airborne infection germs. These type of germs include coughing, sneezing, and even talking. The CDC also gave various guidelines to follow to wear a mask properly. For example, make sure to cover your mouth and nose because these are areas that are easily infected. In addition, before even wearing the face mask, make sure to wash your hands with soap and water. Another CDC guideline proposed was maintaining 6 feet away in social settings. Social distancing or physical distancing is maintaining one's distance from another. COVID-19 easily spreads when people are in close proximity within each other, and this is usually closer than 6 feet. By maintaining 6 feet, avoid going to mass gatherings and avoid going to large crowds, the spread of COVID-19 can be stopped. In addition, this also limits the opportunity for people to be in contact with each other. There are also various tips offered by the CDC to practice social distancing. Another guideline proposed by the CDC was limiting the number of people in social gatherings. The CDC proposed an interim guide for those events and organizations that had mass gatherings of people. Now with this guide, no more than 250 people are able to gather, and in the end, all these events were either canceled or postponed to the future. Also, in an individual's home, only 10 people are allowed in people's homes. People of higher risk should avoid gathering in mass gatherings. And also, now that things are starting to reopen, there is a proposed plan for an emergency operational team to gather and figure out ways that they can improve ways to help these mass gatherings to occur in the future. These CDC guides were put into place at a time when this has never happened before. By following CDC guidelines, we can stop the spread of COVID-19. Although we may think these are considered social injustices, other states and countries have followed these CDC guidelines and have seen a reduction of numbers in COVID cases in their respective areas. Many people have lost their lives to COVID-19, and unfortunately, these people have now turned into numbers, but at the end of the day, they're always people. And one day it could be my dad or my sister, or even your brother or your sister. Before we consider these guidelines to be a social injustice, we should look at these guidelines carefully, follow them, and be the change that we need to see in the world.